Hey, I promise you, if you listen to this man, Craig Lehman, Voices from the Battlefield, about Iwo Jima, you will be convinced that nothing happened at Iwo Jima. Let's listen to Craig Lehman.
Then we're dug in, and we stayed on that place for the next 5 days. Every day at dawn, we would get up and attack. We would get up. I would hear from the captain that at dawn we're going to get up and we're going to attack. First would be an artillery.
Every day we get up and attack. Just like every day you get up and go to school, huh? Look at the snicker. I mean, he snickers so much in this, and he'll laugh hysterically because he's just making this stuff up as he goes along.
And then we're going to go forward and just wipe these guys up. Well, the artillery barrage would come, and then we would get up out of our holes and go a few yards, and there'd be machine gun fire heads. We'd have to hit the deck and eventually go back to our holes because there was no way.
So, it's so funny. We get up out of our holes, walk a little bit, there's machine gun fire, we go back in our holes. Just look at him, he's filled with hysterical laughter inside of his belly. And I don't even think he wrote a script. He's just making this up as he goes along.
Could move, we were just pinned down. In fact, that next morning was about the worst time I ever had on Iwo, because the very next morning we were out for this attack, and we get pinned down, and we have a bunch of guys hit, and the corpsman would come up to take them out. The corpsman would get hit. And I remember we were just getting murderous fire from this line of hillocks just in front of us, murderous fire from machine guns from the Japanese. We were pinned down in our holes, we couldn't move. And
so somebody that's pinned down with murderous fire, casualties everywhere, and look at his face. Look at his face. Now this dude goes on for quite some time, so I'm going to try to break this entire segment down into several videos, because you won't believe it how it goes on and on and on.
Remember, a corpsman came up to pull in one of the wounded, and the corpsman went to get him, and as he went to get him, he got shot through the arm, and his arm was just flopping around, like that, and he was not...
It's just flopping around like a fish out of water. Just flopping around.
Tom, and of course he got up and ran. He got over to our holes. He got hit again, and reached up and pulled him into our foxhole. And he had a great big hole in his arm. We put, at that time, we were supposed to put sulfa in, and then put on the resi, I'd never given a shot of morphine, but he told us to open his kit, and get out some morphine and give it to him. So I did, and
maybe he took some morphine before this interview.
What saved us was fog. Fog.
Did you see him pause? He was pausing because he's making this up as he goes along.
I didn't mention that this area we were on was very hot. It's like Iwo's a volcanic island, And it was so hot that you could dig down only about a foot. Once you got down a foot, it was so hot you couldn't stand it.
I'll bet you can't stand this video either, because it is so full of malarkey. And he knows it too. Look at him. He's just having a grand old time making up the stupidest stuff about Iwo Jima.
So you could dig a foxhole only about a foot. Fortunately, there were other holes there that the Japanese had made, and there were shell holes we could use for foxholes, and dig a foxhole in the bottom of that, So we were enough underground. It was be safe. But by evening, after a full day, it was cooled off enough you could dig down about another 6 inches. The good part of it was if you wanted to cook anything like a sea ration, all you had to do was punch a hole in the can so it wouldn't explode and put it in this hot soil and it would cook.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right here, but I can't stand it. I have to do a whole series to get this guy's testimony out in the open for you, because he's one of the biggest jokers I've ever seen in war hoaxing. Again, he's talking about the Battle of Iwo Jima. And again, if you listen to him, you'll be convinced that nothing happened there except maybe some people made some goofy films. Thank you for watching. Get to the second part of this interview. End of video.